The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. Hope is calling. Step back in. Rise again.
I am the wisest man on earth. I know one thing, and that is nothing. This is where wisdom begins. Wisdom is by admitting that you do not have all the answers, but that you are looking for them. And if you are serious about finding them, then you must begin at the core, and the core is truth. Truth is that which does not change. Be aware, I did not say cannot. I said do not change. Facts and circumstances come and go. Hell, we are in the middle of 2 wars at this very moment. People disagree. Everyone thinks they have the answers. So answer me this. What are you, beyond your fear, beyond your success, beyond your failure? What is the purpose of your dance? What truths remain when the circumstance strips everything else away? Why were you given breath, time, and a will? Are you here merely to consume life, or to alter the dance of others? I have learned this. Perseverance is better than giving in to the lie. And what is the lie? The lie is that your circumstance has the final word. The lie is that because darkness has come, it will never lift. The lie is that because you feel broken, you are broken beyond repair. The lie is that because pain is loud, it is telling you the truth. But the lie does not come to you looking like a lie. It takes on the form of truth. It wears the voice of reason. It feels final. It is convincing. It takes fear, failure, loss, and shame, and turns them into your identity. It whispers that you are finished, that you are trapped, that there is no way out. Follow that lie long enough, and it takes you out. It leaves behind the people who loved you, and now the lie starts speaking to them. It makes them question themselves, their worth, their love, and whether they failed you. But it is still a lie. That is the pattern. The lie does not end with one life. It keeps carving itself into the next heart, and then the next one, and even into the next generation, unless it is exposed for what it is. And how is it exposed? It is exposed when you begin to see the lie operating inside your own mind, inside your own thoughts, and inside the false conclusions you have accepted as truth. That is where the turning begins. You cannot move forward while your thoughts are being ruled by the lie. You have to begin taking control of them. The moment you do that, you stop being led by every thought that enters your mind, especially the thought that is working against life, against truth, and against the dance of your life. Your thoughts are not your master. They are thoughts. They are impulses, reactions, chemical signals, and noise, and I have learned to see them for what they are. And once you see them clearly, you can decide not to entertain them. If a robber came to your door, you would not invite him in and feed him. In the same way, you have to learn not to sit down and share a meal with a destructive thought. If you do, you give the lie room to grow until it starts presenting itself as truth in your life. And once that happens, it begins to alter the pattern of your dance until life no longer feels like a dance at all, but only a routine of movement, getting up in the morning, going to bed at night, and expecting nothing good in between. But that too is a lie. There is still more ahead of you than you can see right now. It is hard at first, but the more you expose the lie and take every thought captive before it takes root, the more its grip begins to weaken. And how do you take it captive? By not giving those thoughts the final word, but by facing them, identifying them, naming them, and continuing the dance toward the light. And that is how you beat depression. By being resilient against those thought patterns taking a rampage through your mind. Resilience is not something you power through. You build on it in your worst days. You build it when the lie is loud and when you bow to it. However, you do not stay there. That is the resilience in you. That is the outcome. You build it when you survive what felt impossible. For instance, overcoming the lie that carries the form of truth. And in doing so, you discover that you are far more capable than you thought you were. And by exercising this resilience, it starts building gratitude in you. And gratitude begins to rise in a man when truth has shown him what is real and what is false, and grace has shown him that some of the greatest things in life were never earned. Can wisdom live on its own? No, as you can see from everything before this, I do not think it can stand on its own. One runs into the other. It needs substance, and it finds that substance in knowledge. Knowledge is the recognition of truth. Wisdom is the practical application of that knowledge in the dance of life. It is saying something at the precise moment, showing restraint when it is required, being meek, yet carrying the quiet strength to show love, not merely speaking of it. We gain wisdom in one of two ways: through the falls in our own dance, or by studying the falls of other dancers who came before us, and by using and applying that knowledge with every step, because the dance never stops. How do I know this? Well, you see, for me, the ambassador, wisdom had a fight with me and won on the night of the 17th of July, 2000. That was the night I discovered the fear of the Lord. And what is the fear of the Lord? It is the moment you discover there is only one God, and you are not Him. That is where wisdom begins. But wisdom is not given to be admired from a distance. It is meant to be walked out, shared, and turned into something that changes the dance of life for others. It is meant to become alive in us, so that love can move through us and touch the lives of those around us. When you embrace this and start living it, you become an extension of a dream I have carried for more than 20 years, of broken hearts being touched, bridges being rebuilt, and people truly seeing one another again for who they are, hearing the heartbeat beneath their words, and seeing the pain they carry. A dream of bringing husbands and wives closer, fathers, sons, and daughters embracing relationship, and reminding human beings that they are still human, still worthy of love, still able to change. Dance with me in this. Help me build something that reaches toward the hardest hearts and calls them back to love. If you have already subscribed, thank you. Try. Please like and share this with friends. It might just be the wisdom they need. If you have not yet subscribed, then be brave and step into the dance. Subscribe, like this video, and walk with me as we share the dance of life with others. I am the ambassador, and I am using the time I have outside my daily work to share my life and experience with those of you who might feel alone in a room full of people. I am not here to exalt myself. I am here because I was there, and I know how it feels. I know how it feels to get fired. I know how it feels to lose everything. And I know how it feels to have everything. I am sharing my life experience with you because I have walked through hardship to the point where I did not want to remain on this earth. And I share it for one reason: to change the dance of someone's life for the better. If this message has value to you, and you would like to support the work behind it, you are welcome to do so. Every contribution helps me keep building this platform, creating these messages, and reaching more people who may feel alone in their struggle. Your support helps me give more time, more energy, and more life to this dream. If you feel led to support this dream, you can do so through my Ko-fi page. The link is in the description below. Thank you for listening. And if this is stirring in your heart, and you want to speak to me, or you have any questions, you can reach me through the contact page on nlife.co.za, or leave a comment in this section, and I will get back to you. Till next time, hit subscribe, hit like, and keep on dancing. The ambassador dancing out.
Ooh, the ambassador. When the night feels heavy and the road is long, when your strength runs thin and you can't hold on, there is still a light that calls you by your name. Not to stay in the ashes, but to rise again. The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. The ambassador, hope comes in. Rise again. Ooh. When the silence tells you that your best is gone, when the pain says softly you should not go on, there is still a rhythm beating in your chest. One more step forward and let life do the rest. The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. The ambassador, hope comes in. Rise again. Take the dust, take the scars, take the broken frame. God can breathe through the cracks and remake the flame. You are not forgotten, you are not the end. This is where the fall stops and the climb begins. The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. The ambassador, light breaks in. Rise again. The ambassador, new life begins. Rise again. Hope is calling, step back in. Rise again.